Oh, it's still the... Okay, there we go.
Oh, I need a pencil.
Oh, okay.
It's over there.
Oh. Where you want to go?
I'm gonna go this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
I mean, we're here, so say hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet. Oh, you found your bag. Good job.
Everybody's fine. We're
Yeah,
good.
everything's great. I'm loving life right now. Everything's just...
It's fine and fucking dandy.
Look at this cute picture of my character from Tony's game that I drew.
Nice. That I have yet to kill.
It's this one, right?
Yes.
What, is that your goal?
I mean, it's always a possibility.
I mean, Wei Feng has dropped like 4 times.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Not from a lack of trying.
So there's been an attempt.
But honestly, I feel like that's
Although,
more 5e than anything. It's hard to really die.
From random bullshit. They fucking no-clipped through a window into the boss fight and took him out in like 3 rounds. And I'm like...
I fried those greasy chickens.
And it's called being a monk.
Yeah, it was 2 named NPCs, like lore NPCs, and 3 cockatrices?
Greasy chickens.
Cocka-3, if you will. And they were just like, dealt.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Handled.
No,
Yeah.
I pulled a fucking Sasuke Chidori and went and electrocuted them all. It was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty
It
good.
was lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they had nuggies.
Yeah.
Nuggies.
No
Gross.
one let me eat them.
Gross, gray, squeaky nuggies.
Wait,
No one let me eat them.
They didn't let you delicious in dungeon those
No.
cockatrices?
Yeah. No.
Look at these great nuggets.
There's been
this
quite
one
a few
turned into
times that they
rock.
told me not to eat shit, and then I eat it anyway, and then I vomit black
Cockatrice
sludge
nuggy
for 2
roulette.
hours.
Well, that's why you don't eat the black pudding. You should not eat that.
Most of these are genuine cockatrice white meat. One of them is a rock.
Yep.
Good luck.
Figure it out.
Oh, they put rocks in it.
It's a greasy
Chip
chicken
Farm
from
does that to blind
Popeyes.
people.
That was exactly the joke Rabbit put in the chat during
No.
that game. No, it is.
That's right. Yep.
Well, you did the I feel like chicken tonight.
No.
Oh no, I did
she
that
did
too.
both.
But
okay.
I did the love that greasy chicken from Popeyes. No one said anything, so I was like, all right.
I saw it and refused to acknowledge it.
God.
Some of us
That's
dismissed
usually
it. Tony,
You knew
my
what you
sign
did.
that I've done well.
Yeah, you knew what you did.
Tony's like, no, nope, we're not gonna handle
I
that.
was also busy running everything, so that
I don't pay attention to much of anything when I'm running games.
yeah.
I don't even remember to eat most
Yeah.
of the time.
You told me we couldn't find a fucking stairwell, and
No.
apparently there isn't a stairwell,
Yeah.
so I made an entrance.
No, 100%. And that one, yeah. There's the 3 places on the internet who are like, wait a second, how do you get into this place? We're like, nobody knows. And I'm like,
so
tight.
you do have the no clip.
Within
Yeah.
2 minutes, Wei Feng was like,
Just
I'm gonna break
the
that window and jump through it.
Yeah. Which apparently is not the wrong answer. So, which means it is the right answer.
Stoner druid has to be like, yeah, I looked at the code and there's this room that's not connecting to anything. Like,
Wait,
I
is
need the
this
no-clip
still
in there.
Witchlight?
This is Witchlight, yeah.
Okay.
So
well, let's face it. So
we're probably not going to play Witchlight because of it starts in a carnival. So,
Yeah.
yeah, in the palace there's a central like throne tower and like throne room study question mark right face it, and it's like there's one way to get in from the rest of the palace, and you do a little puzzle and it ports you into the throne room, right? There's no mundane way to get in or out otherwise.
I mean, I've played with more than one group that would see that and be like, challenges.
No, and they fucking did it. You know, and I tried to make a little thing of it and had like the bad guys because they were like they set it up so that you don't have to, you can go the entire campaign no combat. And they were like, well, so, most people come in through the front door or whatever. And they were like, what door? And he was like, well, shit. I don't. Thankfully, I had a whole nother week to be like, where the fuck are you supposed to go? I can't figure it out because the map. It sort of looks like these appendix turrets of the main one have access, but actually they don't. And you're like, what the fuck, Perkins? What? I can't blame Mercer on this one, so I gotta go to Papa Perkins and be like, bro. So it's like break a window, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah.
that's how everybody does it every morning.
Work for me.
Speaking of which, Rabbit, how's your bag of chips?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is there more
Your
drama?
bag of chips PC.
Oh,
She knew what I meant. I didn't have to elaborate.
Usually not present.
Ah,
of course.
Oh, well, that works out, I guess.
What?
But
You know,
the last time
PCs be like that.
it was good. It was fun. But I borrowed some. Did I tell you about the tap dancing jazz hands lady?
Maybe.
Is that in character or out of
This
character?
sounds
I
a
don't
bit
think so.
familiar,
In
but it
character.
may have been a while.
Well, I invented rivals for them, just as
Right.
I invented rivals for everyone else I've run this for. But they liked it too much,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to join forces.
Oh, no.
And half of the crew is like, this is the worst thing ever, and I hate them all, and please don't make us watch any more shows or interact with these characters. Just like the Purple Man and Jaren.
Yep.
And the other two are like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's it's their rival is called Taps on Tap. And there's an old woman who tap dances really badly and does different dance moves from the 40s and names them horrible things. And then her husband is Chunky Bubbles, and he is also someone I borrowed from a pop culture reference no one will ever know.
This sounds familiar.
And he makes he's from Comedy Bang Bang, the podcast, which I'm like, no one else listens to this. It's fine.
I heard someone else
but-
talking about Chunky Bubbles recently, and I was like, that sounds ridiculous. What the fuck is that?
And he's like a children's entertainer, and he makes like the giant bubbles. Like people would come to the school and have the giant bubble wand but he makes them out of scalding hot stew. And that's why his name is Chunky Bubbles.
Got it, yeah.
oh, the smell.
And so he's just, horrible and belligerent to them and very defensive of his craft. And she's doing her jazz hands and jazz crotch and
No.
drum orangutan
Oh my
dance.
god. Not jazz crotch. It's painful.
So, it was interesting. And of course, Chip Bag loved it, and Glenn can't resist a bit. So he was like, they are everything.
See,
We
when you
need to sponsor them. Their restaurant is in danger. They've got health code violations. We need to save them.
Fucking path of like holy accord over here.
the way you say the proper noun chip bag sounds like a racial slur, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a hard
That chip bag.
Yeah.
It's just a word for British people.
Is that a chip bag?
Just full of chips.
You know what that chip bag did to me?
Dirty chip bag.
Well, it's like shit bag,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
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 with a
And
terrible.
so whenever they're not
Terrible accent.
around, a lot of progress gets made in the plot. It's like, when they aren't around,
Surprise,
things kind of
surprise.
slow down, but also I cater to my audience because I also can't resist.
You don't get sidetracked into stew bubbles.
Well, no, she inflicted that on herself. That's a...
You know,
All right.
because I mentioned that there was a show and they demanded tickets, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to make the show now.
Ah, you
I
should
did.
give the offer.
Yep.
the PCs took the bait.
I was hoping that they would forget about it,
Put
but every
that jazz
session
vagina
they were
down.
like, we still have to go to the show. It's
Doing
like,
bad,
okay, but it's not
Fosse.
nighttime yet.
Yeah.
Some Ben Fosse moves.
But I did it, and it was glorious, and I tried to record myself doing it, and I didn't enable the microphone, and I'm really sad. I just
Oh,
have
no.
a silent
No, yeah. Now
video
you
of
can.
me, like, waving my arms around.
Well, no. Now you can put interstitial
Bad
text,
dub it.
put text cards and
Yep.
piano music.
Yes. yes.
Oh, that's even
Yes.
better.
Bruh, come
At some
on.
point, a train
I'll
just
submit it
comes
to
through.
the meeting.
Oh fuck.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a play on words of A Birth of a Nation, and it's I'm trying to come up with a better
Oh god.
a mirth of a nation or some shit like that.
And wise, they did make me make an tab
Oh yes.
for their blunders, the consequences of their actions that will fall down upon them. But instead of investigating first, because they were in plot mode, because last time Chipbag was not there. And,
Now you hear it, huh?
Yep.
Shitbag.
the main character, as we call him, leaned into his revenge plot and was like, give me a direction and I will smash, and stormed Xanathar's one of his warehouses and murdered a guy who had surrendered in front of one of the other people at the hideout, and was like, you get me the answers I need or we will come for you. And I was like, uh-oh. You guys aren't supposed to fight Xanathar, but uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
alright.
if you want to go toe to toe with a crazy fucking beholder, then that's
Yeah.
D&D, baby. That's D&D.
They've got all four
Colors are not-
in this one, so that's fun.
Yeah, you gotta make friends with a dragon first before you do that shit.
That's right.
Well, they did that, so that's good.
Yeah.
You adopt the
Yeah,
dragon.
did one thing
And the black staff, and everyone else, and then make sure you have a way to call them.
Yeah, but Black Staff likes me better than all you others.
Hey, however it works, whether it's a booty call or
There's two people.
I
in that
can
running.
confirm the Black Staff likes your group way better than them.
Good.
I would imagine so. I hate to think of the black staff as someone who has prejudices, but I can't imagine she's keen on chip bags.
Or at least
It's
she's
more
since
the,
learned that.
The mage who refuses to join, that she's been like trying to get on their side for a long time, and he's like, no, I'm not going. Like, oh, okay,
Okay.
you guys go, that's fine.
Oh, you don't want government clearance for no work at all? Okay, that's
Right.
fine.
No government cheese.
Great.
That's fine.
Don't want to have access to the fucking commissary.
Right.
That shit is bomb.
Yeah. You don't think
Yep.
we can't cook out here? It's magic food, motherfucker. All right, anyway.
This is for other people. My
Anyway.
character doesn't eat.
Yeah. Hey, let's all roll a d10, shall we?
Okay. Wait, I was all down to do that, then I couldn't find a
9.
6.
1.
4.
Wait, were you rolling one?
All right, I get it. It's
I was
me.
voicing Tony's.
Oh.
Say hero point.
Yep. You get a spare hero point.
You have an extra one, so you can.
Bank them. Oh, yeah. To add to your small hoard. Oh, no, you actually cracked through them.
No, I use a lot of
You crank through them
Yeah.
because they're your ridiculousness battery.
That is,
Yes.
that is an actual resource for you.
yes. No, I need them.
Well, I have a bunch of them.
That's how Genya can continue to
Well, you
Be a
gotta
monster.
use something to
Yeah.
make those novellas happen.
burrow into the earth and transform into horrors and use boat masts as
Yeah, you know,
blunt weapons.
as we do day by day.
All right. Sorry, Scribe.
What? Oh, right. So we know that the mustache is named Rutherford Barrows, and we went and fought him and killed him.
Was named
Yeah. He dead now.
Barrows.
The man attached to the mustache. We don't know what the mustache was named.
Oh, that's true.
When you go look at the body next, the man is clean shaven.
I just imagine
The
it going
mustache.
like
He's actually
It kind
the,
of just flew
he's
off
actually
like
Pope.
this and then went off with a cat somewhere.
The mustache is the head of the fettuccine church.
My brain saw like the cowboy mustache, and it just got up and like lifted its skirts, and it was like cowboy boots, and then it
I just
like
think of
Nice.
that scene in
Bow-legged.
Better
Yeah.
Off Dead where she makes the weird like raisin goop and it sort of slowly slides off. There's a mustache being like.
Yep. It just slowly moves on.
I like how we all would animate this
Yeah.
this sentient mustache. differently.
100%.
Great.
It's true.
That's
You're
cool.
not privy to this, but between sessions, between episodes, there's like scenes that only the audience can
Yeah,
see.
no, 100%.
Where the
And there's
mustache has a little
supercut.
Pope hat on its head. And it's like commanding all the villains
Wait,
that
is it
come
like
in the
in
same
some
year.
anime where they have that little spot at the end where they try to
100%.
explain
The
plot
Omakase
stuff?
theater.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like how in this one there are several different just jump cuts of the 8 different ways that this mustache is shaped.
Oh my God, Glenn.
All right.
Oh, hello.
All right.
What?
Oh no!
I was kind of mentally prepared because
Do you know what you need to do with that? You need to share it with JD and Byron.
I do.
Yep.
It's better than a rhombusy, I guess.
Those 2 gentlemen and I have an ongoing ussy joke, and it's and I believe this will add to the shenanigans.
But if only I had typed what I was typing instead of waiting.
Oh God, no.
Because I was about to ask you something else, and now I was like, oh, I don't want to derail it anymore, but I'll hit send now.
You might as well.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Mustache. Okay, so yes. The mustache thing happened.
Yes.
Yes.
So the answer to your question, Amanda, is yes.
I'm ready. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I
That's
guess we will wait. Yeah. Okay, so this cake is oh, let me guess. What's that called when it's the bad thing? Yeah, you all know what word I'm thinking of, and I can't remember. It's some.
I want that, Amanda.
The cake. Yes.
Well, now I have to. Should I change? No, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, should I change names to protect the innocent? No. I cut into it, and the chocolate sauce drizzled out, and Diamond was like, "Hey, about to have me acting up," and I was like, "You want some of this buntosi?"
Oh God.
That is much more joyous than what I was thinking, and I'm happy for it.
I know where your head went.
People were.
Yeah, because you all cackled.
For me, it was also the thought process. You know the word
Yeah.
for when the bad things happen.
Yeah, some of us were on the internet during Rotten.com. We know.
I've been on the internet for quite some time.
Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah, it's Bob
They're-
Marley,
But
but
they're IT.
but they're
oh, it's their
It's
Yeah.
cable. It's a
Yeah.
cable.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
One love, multiple endpoints.
Oh yeah, there you go. That looks
That's better.
suitably.
That's better. Rastafari sound.
Raz Trent.
Okay, so I jumped out of a boat and almost got taken by the water.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a shit that happened.
Oh no. Which way did it go?
Lisa has spent.
I heard it go under Lisa.
Oh, it's under that chair in front of you.
Lisa spent 6 real life years avoiding water with this character.
And then was like,
The
eat.
one time I roll, for the one time she's like, let's throw caution to the wind, I'm swimming. I'm like, well,
Here we go.
Oh, there was there's the Man of War, and there was a fancy Cernith artifact cannon on it that was
Which
bad
is now
news.
at the bottom of the ocean.
Fucking laser cannon.
yeah. Yeah, it sank to the bottom of the bay, but Rethold put a pin in his map. He pressed M and then put a custom
tracker
pin on it.
I see it in my dreams.
If you like it, then you should have put a pin on it.
I did. Oh, I fucking did.
He's gonna walk out the bay like shirtless with a giant cannon on his shoulder.
Right. I mean, we pretty much fucked those guys. Like they had a bad time. I mean, they either burnt, went crazy, drowned,
Sometimes
got cut up.
both.
Did now.
I recruited a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some became Jose's. But yeah. Marcus helped Jenya get out of the water by silver surfing on his
He
Draconite.
did. That was
Which was
pretty
pretty
rad.
cool.
Yeah.
He surfed on a sword.
Yeah.
If you are not convinced yet that this is Renaissance anime, there you go.
Is that a Cardi B song?
Renaissance anime, yes.
No, Swordboard.
And then we
Swordboard.
had Jimena get triggered by the Belle and Blanche getting attacked and
Yes.
like
Oh, we were all triggered. But, we got a double dose of trigger because we went to go check on it.
yeah.
Well, also, You
Somebody
found,
got cut, their
you
legs
found,
cut
found
off.
The medics.
No, them
No,
got
he
cut
only-
off, and
yeah.
the legs were all that
Yeah,
remained.
basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And then I brought her body back.
The old Sarmatian medic got caught in the blast, and
Yeah.
only a
Vaporized.
pair of basically like the bottom of her legs below the knee remained.
Just some calves.
But that's pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah, I brought the body back, and then I restored the arm to her husband.
I do have a
And
note
now I'm dead.
on here that says I
Yeah.
need at least 3 days to
Kinda.
rest.
That
I took
gives
some
me-
damage, I
That gives
think.
me time.
Yeah, it's because you talked to the fucking city.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just told you. Oh yeah, these things could possibly happen to me, and I'm just like, well, whatever you say,
Yeah.
man.
Crew's loyal to you, and
Oh, look who
San
decided to
Felipe.
come back.
well,
Hey,
well,
You
well.
know her.
She goes,
here. God damn it.
She didn't even go here.
Of all the dames to come at my door, had to be you.
Or kitty.
We were talking up your baby to a couple gays yesterday. It was
Oh, that's
delightful.
lovely.
Yeah. We were like, oh, Sasha.
My Sasha.
Yeah,
Whenever you're ready, it's ready for you.
people loyal to San Felipe have been going to help with the salvage and retrieval of the ships. Weirdly enough, the ships are sort of stuck where they are. They haven't run aground, but they sort of have. Like, they can't get closer to the city.
Eh,
City said no.
no, it's okay.
Eventually, when they're properly cleansed, maybe they'll be allowed back.
So, like, there's people out there with, like, the ropes and stuff trying to tug these things into the bay, and they just...
Yeah.
Gross.
If you're around any of it, like at some point, like you see a couple of the boats, like basically like try to tow into the bay, and you hear the most horrible like
Snapping,
scraping
cracking,
sound
yeah.
like underneath, and it's like that. No, that's not how the bay is set.
Yep, I did tell her protect yourself from them. So yeah, the city needs to know that those ships are not enemies anymore.
Are you gonna talk to it again?
I'm too tired for that.
Yep. So
I think it's more. It's got to be the
city will
intentions
figure it out.
of, you know.
Marlena like voices these like completely like you gotta tell the city, like it's like your nose bleeding, dear. Like please.
No, I'm just like saying stuff, and I think I'm saying actual sentences, but it's really just, you know, incomprehensible.
That is just you
I know.
in real life.
When I get really tired, I
Sally
do that.
talks in their sleep and then gets annoyed at me because I don't have the context of the conversation. Like I get a question asked and I'm like, what? I don't. And then
I didn't study for this test.
yeah,
I don't
I'm like,
remember you going over
I
the...
just parachuted in the middle of this conversation. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared.
Well, also, I'm not usually saying anything that makes sense.
And I'm like, you were asleep for the first part of it. No, I wasn't.
You want to bet?
So, I think Rethold would be out there. Well, no. An unnamed character that I may or may not end up playing at some point, who is more clever than Rethold, suggests that since the ships can't be moved, that at least they can be worked on, and to make them decoys, so to refit them to look like they're at anchor.
Yep.
And then we can use them as posts in the middle of the bay.
Bodies are at least getting cleansed. Survivors that have not yet surrendered are getting jailed, although there's only a small handful of them. Some of them are maimed pretty bad.
Yeah.
Either through blunt trauma or burning, both in some cases.
Any of the ones who are able-bodied, maybe we can have them filtered through the coven.
Yeah, some of them have defected already prior. So yeah, if you get those instructions,
I would definitely ask, who's the eldest?
Bernadetta?
Yeah, I would definitely, Rethold would definitely ask Bernadetta if they would be willing to vet the defectors
sure.
to make sure that no one's actually a double agent or
Yeah.
like an actual agent. I don't.
Like a simple agent in this case.
Yeah, an actual agent.
Yep.
So Bernadetta's the one that's really mad. She has a temper.
Good.
Fine.
I like her.
She's gonna start complaining.
Ah,
Boof.
Yeah.
pay attention to me.
I actually picked her up and put her on my bed the other day. Was playing with her.
How did Sasha take that?
She wasn't there.
Oh, okay, we won't talk about it.
Yeah.
She probably smelled the evidence though.
Yeah.
She's like, ugh.
Look out.
So yes, Eugenia's fucked up.
Yep.
Marilyn has fucked up
I've
for
still got.
different reasons.
I've still got some points left.
Yeah. You can.
I can still stand.
Yes.
You're hosting a roaming party at your estate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
/ wake /
Yeah. It's a
Yep.
proper wake.
yeah.
People are drunk as fuck. Changing stories. Ernesto's outside.
Looking off into the middle
Lo-
distance.
looking into the
learning
distance.
new mainland birds.
Yeah, that's right. Doesn't see those as often. So yes, there will be a period of rest. Although this is a tensions were already high, and this is now an official declaration of hostilities. So the pretenses may fly off pretty soon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the people sing.
Here they sing the song of angry men.
It's a. This is a people who will not be slaves again.
Yeah. Don't get me started. I did it to myself.
It's one of my favorites to sing.
Yes.
Mine was revenge. I don't know what the rest of y'all's story was. Well, yours turned into revenge, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as
Himeno was up down
Mine-
for revenge.
Mine was revenge from the beginning.
oh, yeah.
The two of you are on a path of revenge.
I just was trying
We
to
just
find my
have different
sister.
kinds of revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turned to revenge eventually. You tore a primordial hill beast with your bare hands.
BEAR.
Nah. It's true.
Alright, so where are you staying at? I seem to recall, I think you snuck to...
Yeah, we went back to Augustina's.
Because your house
No.
right now is not a place of rest.
I love all of my family, and I'm so happy to see them. No. No.
Yeah. Augustina will be very happy to see you.
Yay! Full
Ricardo.
house.
Yep.
Everywhere you look.
Yeah, Marcus is already there with his family. Of course, his nephew is being doted on
Of course.
very much. I think they're sort of hoping they're not gonna leave, but Marcus is looking up to the horizon as well. Once the conflicts and engagements are done here, there's some business to attend to up north.
Mm-hmm.
Heinrich has to both convince himself and his son to get outside and exercise to counteract all the food
Yes.
Augustina's shoving into them.
Absolutely.
Heinrich is the son.
Oh, Heinrich is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Klaus.
Klaus.
Is the,
Klaus.
Klaus is the father. Yeah, he does go outside periodically, where he's usually quietly getting pulled into brushing the horses with Xavier. you're going back to the house, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because you're basically being carried by your
Yeah,
husband at this
I
point.
think I've got like 3 dramatic wounds down right now, and
Yeah.
I've only got 4, like some people.
I mean, we're just built different.
Yeah. You
I
are.
have 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took all of it as mental damage
Yep.
to Marlena, so
Mm-hmm.
you're still like really fucking delirious. There's a permanent like Cream song in your head. It will not go away. Yep.
Jenny doesn't even want to drink water.
Yep.
Absolutely the fuck not. Get that shit away.
Those
That's
sea
right.
monkeys will choke you through your uvula.
I mean, yeah.
Yikes.
You just hiss at water buckets.
Hide behind my husband.
So
I have a human meat shield now.
yeah. He's not as tough as you. He can at least soak a couple before it gets to you.
Right.
Rethel, you staying out and about?
Yeah, I've actually got a hammock hooked up under a pier. Is where I end up when I actually rest. Otherwise, I'm giving a hand down at the docks because there's a lot to be done, helping with the Belle to refit her, and then also leading the I forget what it's called. It's a fancy word for when people pull stuff up off from out of the water.
Like salvage?
Yeah, but there's another word for it and I can't remember. And yeah, definitely getting
Excavate?
that cannon
No, that's Earth.
back out of the bay
There's definitely a lot of flotsam.
because I'm still trying to figure out what we want to do with it.
Well, after a bit, once the crews are taken off the ships and, like a little bit of time passes, you notice that the ships...
Might be wreckers.
Hmm.
But yeah, what about them?
The ships can move again. Once the crews are taken off,
Huzzah.
and,
Okay.
A little bit of time has passed, and people sort of go on there to sort of work the salvage.
Once the city understand, like as if the people in the city would know.
Yep.
Then
Yeah.
it's gotcha.
These ships are no longer a threat, and therefore
Neat.
may approach
Released of the
city.
grip. Yeah. Cool.
The man of war is still stuck.
What's left of it?
What's left of it?
Didn't that thing sink?
Mostly.
Okay, yeah. We
There's
don't
a piece of it that's sticking out.
I mean, yeah, I think that whomever we're working with to recover the cannon will just break down the ship because it was like still in the mouth of the bay and we don't want that obstructing it. So yeah. But that's fine. Cool. It means it's not going anywhere.
Nope. Jimena, you're at your manor hosting a rager. Which is good for catharsis. Jimena's a DJ.
Some cats.
Yeah. You do have the lights and sound effects. You definitely don't need a smoke machine.
Nope.
This shit.
I can do it myself.
I am the smoke machine.
Yep. You just smoke one of Ernesto's cigarillos and then spew, just like belch out like smoke for like a solid 10 minutes.
Now I hear in the background is wow, 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 wow.
Yep. Evine, what's Evine up to?
Wouldn't you like to know? I mean, yes.
Yeah,
I believe that's why he asked.
yeah.
I think probably about time to check in with certain contacts and
Sure.
make sure preparations are going. I think I don't quite remember, but I feel like someone is on their way
Yes.
to help, or yeah.
If you want to go check on that, you sidle up to the dry docks and to the shipyards, and to Madame Salvadora's shipyard specifically, where you see actually a number of ships being built, heavier ships. Looks like ships built for war. And in middle of this busyness, even though it is at this point evening, it seems like there are shifts to work around the clock to prep for these new ships for the defense of San Felipe. Of course, one of the employees immediately looks at you and goes about his business, but then walks to his office at the first chance he got, and you immediately get the sense that it would be good for you to follow, and you're left in office with Archibald Cross, who lights up a pipe, hands you a chair, sits across the desk, and immediately pulls up the brandy with 2 glasses. And that gestures for you to sit.
Have a seat and grab a glass.
There you go. The glasses are getting topped generously. Just there's a little bit of a polite lip, as you would call them back in the country, just so you don't spill. But that's about it. So, what brings about this nightly visit, my compatriot?
Oh, just had a bit of a intense week. Just checking up to make sure things are on track.
So it seems, although I fear we'll be hearing the sound of cannons before long.
Yes.
After taking down so spectacularly both the Atabean Trade Company and the Vadache Merchant Princes, and frankly, their Inquisition cronies, it's only a matter of hours before hostile action is declared upon all of Odiseo. You've
Yes.
heard about the assassination attempt on Cardinal Fatima, yes?
Yes.
Up north in Liso. One of our own is there right now.
Mm.
There's a mysterious character that thwarted the assassination attempt. Our agents connected him to the previous crown. I think he used to serve as a let's say an enforcer to the old King Sandoval, but neither here nor there. Our agents have tracked some of his movements, and our night in Liso will continue to feed him and the Patriots information, without, of course, telling anybody where the information came from, because of course Avalon has no stake in this conflict. Yes?
Oh, of course.
at least until the other piece comes in about a week's time, Her Majesty's fleet will be arriving upon your shores, flying the banners of Avalon and getting ready to recognize Odysseus' true sovereign.
Excellent news.
He reaches into his desk and picks up a piece of parchment that he hands to you directly. This also came for you, specifically.
Oh.
Do you put it away? Do you read it immediately?
I think she read it. Yeah. Don't I forget?
Archibald, like the two of you are so used to doing this kind of business together at this point that he's sort of like, he hands it to you and then leads into his seat with his glass. He's not looking in your direction, right? It's
Yeah.
do your business. Upon the message is the seal of Queen Elaine of Avalon, as well as that of her chief knight, Sir Lawrence Lug. The Queen herself has written you this letter, and it reads, Damivine, thank you for the difficult work you continue to do in supporting our new allies in Odysseo. My fleet arrives shortly with instructions to take orders from my knights in the, I hope, soon to be free Republic of Odysseo. Make use of this resource to the best of your abilities. When you are done with these important tasks, I would love to see you. There is no rush, but you would be welcome back home when you have a chance. I long to hear your stories. And there is the Queen's signature.
Wow.
It's like put that way, but I mean, it's the queen saying that. It still feels like an order. At least in my mind, it does.
She'll neatly fold it back and put that somewhere safe.
Did you smell it?
Give it a little lick.
Just to see.
I just rub it on myself, just a little. Furtively.
Yep. If you do smell or lick it, you should record your impressions. There is a person sleeping in a crypt that would love to catalog those impressions.
Oh yeah, it smells and or tastes like.
The sequel.
And where would he be right now?
Right now, in Avalon.
Yeah. Where Rowena buried him in her crypt.
Yeah. He spent a few centuries buried in Robina's family crypt.
Augie and his kids wouldn't think to look for the last Cappadocian in a gangrel's
In a
crypt.
gangrel's, like, Scottish crypt.
Yeah. It's like, you know what's in Scotland? Werewolves and fae.
Yep.
You know what's not there? Cappadocians.
Yep. Ornery Cappadocians.
Yeah, exactly.
But really, there is.
But actually... Damn!
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, these are the ones that JC was telling me about. Oh, well, I guess I need to have one of these.
Sorry, Amanda. We're suddenly eating ice cream sandwiches out of the blue.
Oh, no.
Well, she's got cake pussy,
Oh.
so.
Yeah.
What kind? Oh, that cake is long gone. I only got one piece.
Well,
Do you have any more? Or are these dairy or are these
I
non-dairy?
mean, I assume they're dairy.
Okay.
Mm.
Because I used them all on
And an ice
on
cream
pizza.
sandwich.
Thank you.
Um,
Well, I already put my fingers on it, so I might as well.
Neapolitan.
I'm just gonna see
Cookie.
if it's mean or not.
yeah, these are quite tasty. Is my kid eating that? Can you do this?
I mean, it's vanilla ice cream with various cookies. I think there's chocolate chip, there's like some sort of funfetti sort of deal, and I don't know what the third one is.
This one is like oatmeal chocolate chip.
And then there's
And
like
then
a,
there's like a chocolate double
chocolate.
chocolate.
Oh.
from Drops of Dough, which
Yeah.
just makes me think of the train song.
Drops of Jupiter in.
God, I love that song. I hate how much I love that song.
I don't know if I can. Oh, wait. There you go.
Woo!
That's the last of
You're all saved.
Archibald is smoking his pipe and he's like, not terrible news, I hope.
Oh no. For once, nothing terrible.
Good. I feel that's all we've been getting recently. So, good change of pace. You have time for another, right? The glasses are already empty because
Yep.
that is the life you lead.
But of course.
And
Don't
you
be
get-
so stingy this time on the pour.
Yes.
it. If you'd like a second, grab it. I'm gonna put
I
it
think
in
the
freezer.
stay down south has made me overtly polite.
Still deciding.
Can I have some water, please?
He pours you another glass that
Set it up
like
around that way.
Oh,
basically stays.
Anybody wants a second one?
Oh, no, I was
It stays in the glass through
Oh.
sheer, use of water tension. There's like a concave top to your glass.
Right. Did you want another? No. I figured. I thought I was going to close that, but it didn't work. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Also need a glass.
I wonder how well the mic picks up my water pouring.
One day I will grab a glass without opening the wrong cupboard first.
So, in a book that I read at least a decade ago, there's a guild that does salvage, and they're specifically called the So and So Guild. And it was originally a video game that was novelized, and in all the articles I can find of it, they don't mention what the guild was named because it was sort of a secondary thing to the plot. So when I get home, I'm gonna go find this fucking book and put it in the Discord.
Yeah, you've been looking for that term.
This whole time.
I hate when that happens. You're just like, I fucking know this.
The internet has failed me. My search foo has not been strong enough. Oh well.
So yeah, you get to spend a bit more time, even like just chatting about Archibald. He tells you a little bit about the preparation, about how they're going to continue to support Liso from afar, because the chances of attacks at both cities is great, right? They're probably going to try to divide and conquer. And San Felipe is the larger, more defensible city by the water. He does tell you that according to interrogations they've had on some of the Inquisition agents, they're not convinced the Inquisition is fully aware of the scope of your alliances.
Nice.
They definitely don't know about the Queen's fleet coming down.
Yes, a bit hard to hide.
Yeah. They've tested a little bit, and I don't think it is common knowledge to their agents yet that you also have an alliance with the Brotherhood of the Coast. So, Archibald basically tells you, while, the fleet will be a very visible arm into this conflict, but under Queen Elaine's orders, the Knights are committed to continue to disrupt the flow of information at least and keep the surprise a surprise as long as it can possibly be maintained. So they're basically going to continue to disrupt things this way, and of course keep an eye out for the personnel in Liso who, since you all are not there, are definitely more vulnerable.
Yep.
But yeah, you get a little bit of business, and then after that it's chatting and reminiscing and, talking about the old country.
Yeah.
Alright, outside of that, anything else you wanted to do tonight, Evine, or anybody else? I know.
I think I'm good.
Perfect. Most people are wrecked physically, mentally, or emotionally in some of these cases.
I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm at least 2 of those.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we're out
No, I am
playing
3 of
the
those.
ship minigame and having
Oh
a
my
grand
god,
old
it was
time.
so great. Yeah,
That's all this
I
playing
work
the
late,
guild.
go to bed, get up early.
It's like my engine is finally doing its thing. It's starting to do what it's supposed to. Took like 20 turns.
2 more turns, I'm going to attack my neighbor.
Alright, you have a bit of a lull. The proverbial silence before the storm.
How many days of lull?
That depends on you.
Yeah, I was like, how many do I soak?
Remind me how healing dramatic wounds work. Is it 1 per day or what?
Technically, if you do some rest, you can heal all of it. So,
They typically reset every session.
yeah. So you
Oh.
take some rest. By the next day, you're mostly okay to do things. You don't have the wounds themselves. It's basically
Well, I
just
feel like my mind is still weird.
yeah. Your head is still reeling a little bit. You have a fun headache. And
So
that
am I
kind of
still like getting weird echoes from like the
No.
city or anything?
that's gone.
Okay.
The residuals are gone now that you managed to rest.
But every so often the street is really loud.
Yep. You step on a cobblestone
God
and you
damn,
hear
I
like
got some sort of shitty hangover.
Yep. Yep. You
Thanks.
did too much city.
Thanks, Internet Archive. I found the back cover of the book. And it explicitly mentions that one of the characters is part of the Wreckers Guild,
The Wreckers Guild.
which I've now come to the conclusion that that's just the name that Feist came up with for that guild that does the salvage. So there's not a cool word for it, but there is a cool guild in a fantasy novel and video game.
Wreckers Guild. I heard.
I think wrecker is a term for people that go out and salvage like shipwrecks.
Shipwrecks. Yeah. So it makes
I've heard
sense.
Scrapper too.
I'm gonna wreck it.
That's right.
I'm gonna wreck it.
So your name's
Wreck
Ralph,
stuff.
and you're a wrecker?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what this
Well,
is
that's were you named after the character? That movie came out when I was 30.
So, were you?
from. So are you? So yes, no.
Sure. Whatever gets you to leave.
Whatever puts an end to this interaction.
Make it stop.
So what do we think? Should we put this thing on like a turret at the edge of the city,
I still don't want to hear.
or should we put it like
Yeah.
on a set of wagons?
Some people are ready to. Actually, the Sable Ren crew
Uh-huh.
has offered to help with the actual salvaging of that weapon from the bay, because people
I'm
are
not
busy with a lot of other things.
Sure, the city will let that here anyways.
You don't know.
I don't know, but that's my feel.
So my thought is that we refit like 2 of the ships that got wrecked to be a mega pontoon, a mega catamaran, so it's even more stable. And then this will be put on an elevated platform between the 2, so you can rotate it 360.
You're building a water tank.
And, yes, and we find a new home for your cousin on this ship to act as counter recoil for when it goes off.
Yeah, so you can firebender in
Yup.
the opposite direction when it fires.
Nice. He'll like that. He'll like having a steady.
Yeah,
There
it's,
we go.
yeah.
Who needs tech when you've got magic?
You can actually pull Inga into this situation because she can help you with the engineering behind that crazy plan.
Oh yeah, no. That next morning, once there's a game plan on how to get it out, I'm bolting over to those docks and I'm like, paper, and I'm just picking up chalk. I'm just grabbing coal and I'm like, okay, so 2 holes, and we take them out of the bay and we set up cross beams.
Yep.
And it's just like, what is this monster? And it's like, yeah.
Isn't
And then I grab Correo and I shove another danger dog into his face hole, and I'm like, okay, go get Fernando,
Who?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. I'm like,
Oh.
go find Rodrigo. Let him know whenever he's done doing whatever he's
You can
doing.
summon Don Fernando if you want.
That's right.
But
You just say his name 3 times. Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
yeah,
he
like fucking Beetlejuice.
yeah, he doesn't show up in your mirror. He comes out of your shower. Ha ha!
Yeah, something explodes.
Yeah, there's an explosion in the tub, and the cutlass misses your head by mere inches as he slaps it into the mirror. You're like,
Yep.
stop it! And he's like, ha ha! And you're just like, oh, he's
Your tub
unstoppable.
overturns and he crawls from underneath.
Yeah,
Like the world's worst turtle.
that's right.
Never know.
And so yeah, basically I'm like,
Are you
okay,
gonna put this back? No? Damn.
ask
That's your
Rodrigo
problem.
if he's good to be on this assignment. Get him to go hang out with the newest Jose, as well as Espada.
Yeah, that's right. Espada's on training duty now.
Yeah. Yeah, Jose Escuela. Escuela and Espada are out there.
Genia,
And-
you're at home and are just you feel a wave of offense.
Tension in the force.
Uh,
You're just
the tremor.
offended at something.
It's like Rethel's on his bullshit
You
again.
don't know what. Ricardo's on the porch, like cleaning his pistol, and it's like you look annoyed.
another person has lost their name and become his puppet. I know it.
And
Evine is just like that. Just protects them from Faye. Double protection.
yeah.
New names.
But is it if it's your true name now? Like how does that
Yeah.
No, that's
There's another gravelly voice that says
Fucking-
some Faye.
yeah, fucking Dresden Files got me on this cuz I'm like, okay, but when you assume a new true name,
Right.
like how like where's like there must be like a dangerous transition period where like no, this is my new
Yeah.
this is my identity now,
Yeah.
which isn't the same as what I would,
Wait,
anyway.
for a bit you have 2 true names and that's just double dangerous.
Yeah,
I
and I'm
wonder-
like,
I
and I'm like,
wonder
and
if
I'm like,
you-
and I was low key like worried for people transitioning because I'm like, oh shit, well which one? Oh no, is the dead? Well, the dead names couldn't be the true
But
name.
maybe your
That'd be-
new name was your true name all along.
Which is why I'm like, oh no, don't, oh no.
Wait, that means pre-transition trans people are like, is this into Faye?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's where we got with this.
Yeah. Fey
Right?
existent?
That's, and I'm like, that doesn't feel right. That's not okay. That shouldn't be
Yeah. So we need to make new signs.
right.
Protect trans kids from
From
Faye.
Faye, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially from Faye, yeah. So,
Fucking, I love this debate. It's like, no, that makes sense.
I'm glad I could help.
Got there. Mm.
But yeah, so I'm like, new boat. As soon as we're done with the Belle. Well, I'm sure the Belle has as many humans as we can put on it at once
Yeah.
before it becomes a fucking mess because you can't just pour humans on a problem.
No. The one thing that is
hello.
somber
Oh, it's time
this
for meds.
morning,
Yeah, it is, man.
because people get up from. Some people get
Some
up.
of them,
Some people
yeah.
are still up
A
from
percentage.
the previous night, and they're just transitioning to. All right,
It's daylight drinking
Yep.
time.
Now-
All right.
now it's functional drinking, not binge drinking.
That's right.
But the new grim task of the day is we need a new medic. So we're gonna get on that task and try to figure this out. Ibrahim is recusing himself from that process. But yeah, so there's plans drawn for a new boat out in the bay. There's gorgeous bronze-skinned people diving off the Sable Rim
Yeah.
to locate the
Yeah, don't tell your
wreckage
mom.
and-
She'll be out there all day.
Yep. There's a lady that arrives watching
She's
forlornly.
got like opera glasses.
Yeah.
Sitting on the beach with a gin
Little
and
beach
tonic.
chair.
Or vodka tonic.
Yeah.
She likes vodka tonic. She's opera glasses.
Yep.
I was expecting
With an
it to be a
ostentatious-
song or
With an,
something.
with an ostentatious umbrella and an even more ostentatious hat. A brim as wide as the earth itself.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. The ship went into the bay and it summoned this lady. She just appeared on the beach.
Who knows? Maybe they'll recognize her as some sort of good omen or
Mumbling about Idris
some
Elba.
sort of.
I mean, speaking of women, someone.
In a few years, they'll sculpt a copy of her for their bowsprit, and it'll be
In that exact pose. Like, on the chair.
instead of like the mermaid, it's just the recline. It's like, don't they usually go under that mat? Well, it wouldn't look right.
Yeah. Just don't. They put the umbrella like under.
Yeah,
the-
they gotta move it, otherwise the visibility is gonna be affected. I don't know.
But yeah, there's a whole salvage operation. This thing is
Oh no, yeah, it's a bear.
It's
yeah,
a-
it's
beast.
yeah. It's probably going to take two or three ships at the
Yep.
same time.
They're
with
basically like
pulleys.
doing some recon on it. There's some guild ships actually are coming in to assist,
Yeah, 100%.
flying the banners of your aunt.
Jesus.
Don't you love that?
Oh yeah, no.
That happens to us at night, Lisa, all the time. On my phone.
It's always you.
And then I startled myself and my spouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna upset Palabra even more and let him know that the guild can have a small discount for the next year from anything that comes out of the foundry. Just an extra line of bullshit in the
Right.
ledger.
Right. One more thing to double check.
That's right.
If you do visit him today,
No, I don't want to give him that news face to face. I'd feel bad. That's a problem for other Jose's.
like a good boss, I text him.
Yeah, I'm delegating.
Like a good boss, I send someone else.
I'm too busy playing crayons with my not girlfriend at the dock. And I'm like, okay, but what if we put two boats together and make them kiss?
Yep.
And she's like, that's hot. And I'm like, I know.
Let's have them hold hands in this
That's
very
right.
spot that'll make them
Yeah.
more stable.
And then the middle oblong thing will make an explosion. But I'm gonna have someone
Wow.
blow it from the back so it doesn't
Oh my
explode so
God.
hard. That's you, Rodrigo. What?
Rodrigo's like, I'm very uncomfortable
Yeah,
being
it's like,
part of this exchange now.
I'm gonna.
This is not what I signed up
I'd
for.
like to opt out. I'm good.
I'm expecting to see like an upside down
No
pineapple.
Anyway. Oh, by the way, so I have a note to myself here saying that I want to train with my coven
That's right.
because
Which exercises?
I mean, with the linking, I feel like I would be continuing to do this, but also specifically being like, so there's this other thing that I've learned how to do now.
Oh God. I'm gonna teach that to your crew.
Really?
No, I'm not going to just teach them individually. I want to do it as a link.
All right.
In case I have to use it again, I would be sharing the damage.
Marilena wants to share the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, basically.
You thought being a warlock wasn't cool enough, so now you're gonna make city druids.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're like, I'm
basically doing like
a city warlock. The city of Baldur's Gate is my patron.
City ranger wasn't cool enough.
We are Odiseo.
I kept calling the city
For real.
daddy because I simped for it. And it was like, stop it, you're weirding me out.
like honestly
Right,
though,
Daddy
like
San Felipe.
So it
if-
gave me powers.
if we didn't have a good relation with the city though, witches need protection.
It doesn't
Yeah,
not
yeah.
help.
Yeah.
So
All right.
but
So you're
the
gonna
main
do-
reason I want to do it though is because if it's just me, I'm gonna be completely knocked out every
Yeah.
time I do
It'll
it.
fry your brain.
Yeah,
Like
a
Johnny
pool-
Mnemonic.
a
See,
pool-
like we're
A pool
we're
of
back.
HP is definitely better. Yeah, absolutely. Let's
Yeah.
spread the load. Yeah.
Yep. So
Share the
two
load.
different resolve empathy rolls.
Yeah, I don't know anything
One to
about
practice your link. One to be like let's
appropriating
reach out again.
NPCs and
That's
having
what
them
I
share
Realize these are not.
responsibilities.
Why did I get
That sounds unethical. How dare.
Right. And if there's one thing that stops this crew, it's unethical things.
It's morality.
I'm always ethical.
As
Really?
the
Are you?
rager
Really?
ends, as the rager ends in Jimena's mansion, and some of her house staff is like cleaning the corridor that's secretly like a murder room.
Because that was like 2 days ago.
Secret murder room.
I think they would have gotten that by now.
Yeah, no, they're
Oh, but now there's different
like
bodies in
cruise
there.
on plane. Now there's different kinds of messes because people did hang out in that corridor.
yeah.
It was not used for murder last night.
It was, but it was bottles that got murdered. There's a ton of dead soldiers now all over that estate.
Magnus is like, clear some
Stop.
space and murder this kegger.
That's right.
There's always something being murdered in the murder corridor, I guess.
Yes. And there's the off-limit mad scientist lab in the basement. Fucking
There's just like literally there's just signs on doors that are like no boys allowed in like her
Wifey.
shitty handwriting. Because she can read and write, but she can't do it well.
right. There's like a skull and then like a stick man on fire.
Like no entry or else.
Keep out.
Where else?
Remember those putting those keep out signs on your bedroom door.
Yep.
Like a badass. All right, so these are all ongoing. Zhenya, do you tackle anything specifically? You have a throng of your people at your house still.
I still have to convince Ricardo's siblings to not join the bad side.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. The wedding is over.
Yeah. So, is this like the next day or same day?
Next day,
Next day. Okay, so my hair's grown back. That's nice.
your hair's going back. Yeah, you don't have the cool 2016
Right.
girl haircut.
Don't have a Lisa 2020.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had that for a second.
Yeah, like a year and a half. Yep.
Not a long time ago. I was in like 2014.
Yeah. Anyway, so gotta go find my sibling-in-laws and be like, hey, they're shitty. We're not. Just saying.
Yeah, you can find both of them pretty easily.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Well, we put them in their own house.
Yeah.
Out, away.
You do notice when you visit though that a lot of bags are packed up.
Yeah.
Now that the
Festivities are over.
wedding
Yeah.
has come and gone, like they're getting ready to hit the road again.
Definitely a whole like kasha, like they're in the military. They're not like ours. That it's bad. They work for.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't want to thin your family anymore.
No, yes. I get that. we should make a plea. I think we have a decent shot on my sister. My brother, I'm not as sure about.
I don't know. He seems to be compliant.
To a degree. Maybe you should talk to him. You know, not having the history might help.
You do not have the feminine charms I have, apparently. That's not. Haha, big joke.
I mean,
I made it funny.
not yeah, not with that attitude.
It make me pleasure smile.
With the right dress, I would question that statement. I'm sure I can bring it.
Yep. Anyway, so
No, I think we have a pretty decent chance of getting my sister at least defect to the crows.
what does his brother do again?
He's basically like he's a government clerk.
Yes. I have no arguments. I'm like,
Your job sucks, bro.
yeah. You know, if you want to be clerk, Kasha and Rethel have a law firm.
Oh shit! There you go. There you go.
That doesn't just deal in law. It mostly just bends it, honestly.
So like it's like a scale where okay, joining
In
the
true
militia
form.
bad, being a Jose slightly less bad.
Am I the
Do you
baddest?
realize how like Genya just like stumbles into genius a bunch of time?
Yeah.
Because as you say these words, I feel like the episode just cuts right now to fucking Palabra, like surrounded in fucking paperwork. That
He's
has
just
been
like,
tasked to finding a fucking assistant, like fucking forever.
But also, train your replacement.
yeah,
Have fun. Find a qualified and then train.
right. Take your PTO.
Yeah.
What PTO? God damn it!
The PTO you're gonna pay yourself because I don't care how you cook the books.
I have to manage PTO now.
Or I could find the time to find and hire HR to then do it for me, which also takes time.
I found someone. No, he is. I have not known him long, but
Barbara's like, I used to move contraband.
Something
I used to own a
tells-
knife.
I was a respectable ne'er-do-well.
I rolled barrels and knifed guys. That was my job.
now I do math all day.
I was in that good old-fashioned crime. Now I'm doing white-collar shit.
These
Terrible.
aren't even my glasses. What happened to me?
I don't wear glasses.
You know why I'm always looking over the glasses? Because I don't need them.
Like the cold brain left him for a second, and he just realizes what his life has become.
He trips in a stack of papers and he bumps his head just enough to be like, wait a minute.
And then immediately loses it.
Yep.
Yep, the fuck happened to me?
And then when he goes to stand up, he hits the back of his head on the table.
Yep.
And it's back.
And oh yeah, I gotta put cover sheet on his CPS
He just
report.
saw the Matrix.
It
for a
used to be
second.
if I got arrested, I'd go to a proper jail. Now I'd go to a fucking resort. Maybe that's the plan. I get arrested, I get a break.
To get arrested. Where's my knife?
Wow. He's having a breakdown all
So
by
yeah,
Just,
So I gotta go.
that is the side game that has been a pattern.
Palabra. This is a random event I didn't know could trigger in my mini game.
Bro was like, you know, I used to be managing a law firm. Now I have 3 businesses, a fleet of ships, fucking employees, an ironworks office that has like a torture room in the basement.
We won't have to change the monogram. You are still a Mendez.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm like, oh, another Mendez, another actual Mendez.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
It's
Add legitimacy.
that's right.
So,
Local
yeah,
boy.
You walk
Hometown
over.
hero.
Ricardo,
Oh, for real?
Ricardo's
This is
like,
happening?
yeah. I have to figure out how to not kill Ricardo's brother.
Genya, like, being Genya's just like, I have no argument. And then starts saying the shit, and then Ricardo, like, is just like looking, and it's like,
fuck, you're brilliant sometimes. This is why you're hot.
He's just had a stroke of genius. Like, this is
quite literally a stroke.
He would legitimately
it was a genius. Like, you blacked out and
What's wrong with him? He's having a stroke.
Oh,
Genius!
yeah, you like blacked out and had the best idea ever. It seemed it's bewildering and amazing.
All right, so you walk on over. Ricardo is not avoiding your house, but there is still like.
You mean his house?
Yeah. Well, I say
Our
your,
house?
as in
Yes.
both of your house, but
The plural.
right now it is not your house.
Yeah.
It is.
No.
The matriarch has made a nest and is commending the household.
Junior passes by, just cocks an eyebrow.
You can make a decision too as to whether you're having your entire family stay, because war is now officially.
Yeah, I can't send them back like in the middle of war. What?
Yeah. So,
I mean, half of them will help me, and the other half, I'm like, no, you're old. like you're older than the turtle man.
I will not. The turtle man. You're older than the turtle man.
My new grandfather. Roberto, there we go. It was like the other R name.
Yeah. Older than the turtle man.
He looks like a turtle.
Yeah. It is true. I will not say why or give extra details, but that whole I can't do that. No, you're old. Pertains too much to my real life for comfort.
Yeah.
I have this reflection too many times for reasons I can't say
Yeah.
on air.
There you go. There you go.
So you go.
I have 2 points in finesse. Because I always wanted to make sure that Genya was just slightly like off.
Right. The fact that Genya still uses door and doesn't Kool-Aid Man into every room she enters in is a miracle in and of itself. Leaving perfect Genya.
With the
door like
with the braid whipped out.
Yep. It's just a perfect Genya form in every wall. You could actually do that because you can.
I mean, yeah.
You can open.
I just walk through it. I don't have to break it. I just meld through.
You just reverse Homer Simpson.
You could be really creepy, like that one fucking like horror manga, and just make like a perfect shape and just like slurp through the rock.
Yeah.
Like this, like T-pose your way through it.
Yeah, T-pose to assert dominance, absolutely.
Yeah, you seem
to
to like people pinned up like this. I'll leave.
Canon?
I'm sorry, everyone.
Which
is there a Jesus?
Not in the
I mean, there's the prophet, but
there's 3 prophets.
right.
Yeah,
but
There's
there's
not an actual Jesus.
yeah. Was any of them
There's 3
crucified?
No.
There's theists,
Yeah.
and there's 3 specific prophets that came and did specific things. The assholes in this prefer the second prophet because that's the prophet of the sword.
Yep.
I mean, that's the militant prophet.
That's the one that Genius people don't believe in.
Yeah, that's the one that the militant Vatican assholes are like, this one's the best one because he used old-timey guns.
That's what
Sharp
makes him
guns.
Best, apparently.
Old-timey guns you drive.
Yeah.
Guns that shoot swords.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Guns shoot miniature swords.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you my rolls. I got 11 and then 11. And
11.
then I got 13.
Woo.
I got a 13.
Okay. We will revisit this after the Phoenix Wright sequence right here. So you find both of Ricardo's siblings, like just packing up bags and getting ready to go.
God, what's his name? Andres. What's his name?
Yeah, Andres goes to the door
Yeah.
when you come in, and say, "Oh, we're not expecting you this morning. We're just packing up our bags and getting ready. Please, come on."
Offers a hug and 2 cheek kisses.
Oh yeah, that's they're very Castilian, so you get, you know, you
I'll
get
break
that
your
whole thing.
head.
Yeah. You can ask Sally how that went first time. Sally
That's
came
just
to
how
visit
it's
my
done.
friends.
I was very
I
because
was
you
like,
forgot to tell me
I was like, oh,
that
shit.
this was a thing.
I'm like a bad boyfriend. I
Yeah,
didn't
we're-
prepare.
European.
I didn't prepare my
Your
partner.
That was
for
like your
this.
tribute.
Yeah, I was like, shit.
It was fine though.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't take me long to. Nice.
People you have to like, start, you know,
Yeah.
getting in your business. Well, yeah, you get gestured in. You get a big old hug from Ricardo's
I didn't read the
sister.
rest.
Gabriella.
Yep, she's really happy to see you. She's like, "Oh, please come sit. We just finished breakfast."
Oh, so happy. I knew I'd like you. You, on the other hand.
Andres's eyebrow like arches, but like really slowly. Yep.
I will make you love me.
It has Foley.
Yeah. It arches very slowly and then never stops.
Yeah.
Because this is what
Oh,
happens to eyebrows.
there it goes.
No.
Oh, no, it's
Somewhere
gone.
with Hannah's eyebrows.
With
up
Hannah.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hannah's eyebrows. That just catapulted off her face.
I have an image in my head that heaven is just full of fallen eyebrows.
You know when people draw like birds like that? It's just
Yeah,
eyebrows.
that's what
that
it's
you
just.
see.
It's just eyebrows.
Just eyebrows that
All the
we
incredulous
witness
folk.
in the distance.
Yeah.
Sea of eyebrows.
I believe I could fly.
Yeah.
There with the mustache.
Yeah.
No, the mustache is more of an amphibious creature. So it scuttles back and forth.
Like a
I
crab.
was like, that was a crab.
Some of his little hairs.
It's like,
Little loops.
Love
It
it.
finds a shell.
the
It's just like-
carcinogation of that mustache. It just sheds after so often, then gets bigger, and it's just
Like
it gets gross after a while.
No, he's a
Like,
tarantula.
finds a shell, just like pulls like a tricorn, and just like it's like mustache with a tricorn, and just
It's gonna take a while for it to.
His claws are
become a man
braids.
again.
Mustache crab is a pirate. Dear God.
What have we wrought?
yeah. And mustache was the overarching villain all along.
Oh, God.
Lisa just discovered coconut crabs recently,
Oh,
so
God.
that was fun.
Oh yeah,
I've never in my life just fuck that shit.
that's fun.
One of the few things in the ocean Lisa has ever gone, nope.
No.
That's fun.
They're still not as big as Japanese spider crabs.
Oh, I'm a nope on that one. Fuck that. No, spider and crab
picture-
and how fuck no.
That picture of
Those are
that
like 8
one
feet
coming
wide.
out of a
I
trash
know.
can.
I saw them at the aquarium, and JC is like, "Hey, buddy," and I'm like, "No, stop it."
Yeah.
Coconut crabs can climb trees.
Yeah, I watched a video of a coconut crab
yeah.
climbing a tree, breaking a bird's wing, throwing it on the ground, going after it, breaking the other wing, and
So
then
that
all of its
its
little friends
friends could
came
Yep.
to the scent of blood and were like, "Cool beans, thanks."
They also
Wow.
look grody. Like they're kind of like
I
At least a
think they're
horseshoe crab
cute.
has
Yeah.
some sort of. You're like, okay, I can understand a horseshoe
No, I would
crab.
totally eat the shit out of a spider crab.
right.
That looks delicious.
And yeah, it's just if you could make more breast on a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that at least, but yeah, a horseshoe crab at least looks normal. Okay,
Yeah.
you can make sense of it when it's upright.
And they're viciously poisonous because of their sea mangoes they eat, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you cannot
You
eat
can't
a
even eat
horseshoe
them?
crab.
Oh,
Or a coconut crab. You can't eat
wow,
one.
that's
They're
They
viciously
just eat
poisonous.
stuff to make themselves like this is
That's-
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
but they look like they're wearing like proper armor.
Yeah, they are hideous.
Coconut crabs are
No.
100%
I
like
think
a
Seems like they're
Absolutely the fuck
Like a
not.
winning
Dark
the
Souls
survival,
boss.
the survival game though.
The video I watched was subtitled, "Thanks, I hate it."
That's fucking amazing. They're like that crab is like, oh yeah, like the one thing you would want to do, like you want to eat that flesh. Fuck you.
Die! Anyway. Andres! Kasia has not told me about what you do.
Oh well, I work with the government in Vatican City. I'm a clerk. Usually, like things like property records, things like that.
Oh,
I'm sure it's
Nerd.
not very interesting.
Kasha, isn't that like the nice lady that we bought this this place from?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is.
Yeah. They were a mess. Everyone was so mad.
Yeah, it's definitely not Vatican City out here. You know, there's some good pieces, but I mean, Andres like sort of looks at him at this point, like giving him a look like you're gonna defend the bureaucracy, like Mr. Soldier, like you're. There's sort of a like look of suspicion on Ricardo.
Yeah.
What is that pertaining to exactly?
Well, you know, Kasha is part of this company with Retold, and he does I don't know what
Ricardo?
what any of it is, and I'm not sure Kasha knows, and
Ricardo like prevents himself from saying, "Yeah, I don't know either." Actually,
no fucking
my name's on the fucking ownership document.
And I was told
Partner, you're an advisory role.
I
You
was
help
told I
guide the
had
company.
money.
You're like, we have a law office. We also own things.
Yeah.
We own
But it's
things
like-
and do stuff.
No, Ricardo's like, yeah, Mendez. I mean, Rethold is really the main
Mendes.
business partner and the main Mendez. That's complicated. He sort of he thinks about going into the aside, but it's like, that's complicated. Juan Mendez is the primary partner, and
Jenny wrinkles her nose gently at Juan Mendez. He picked it for himself. I'm very confused. Anyway.
50-50.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, back home in Usara, when my father died and my mother passed, they left the inn and all of the land was given to me and Veronica, but Veronica was supposed to deal. I am not good with the papers. I don't. I think the first time I ever read anything was inside that chapel for our wedding, Kasha. So,
Yeah, I think it was.
yeah,
That surprised me, actually.
it took me a long time. Jimena is a hard teacher. Anyway, Veronica was
Not hard
supposed to...
because she's just hard. Like, what the fuck are you trying to teach me?
Yeah, but
There's a lot of jumping. She gets distracted easily.
what the fuck is this? Like, no! Like,
But also in the context of a novella, it would be
Right.
very it would be very dramatically
Yeah.
engaging.
That's what I was like.
All the context she has for how to be a teacher is like, okay, but I don't want to seduce my friend, but that would be the next step in this process.
It's like in my head, like she's having you practice like reading some sentences, and you hit a point where you're like, Jimena, what am I reading? What is this?
Like, don't worry about it.
Skip to the next chapter.
Yeah.
You just hit a
Like,
word.
okay, we move on.
well,
we
the
move
problem
on,
is
we
that
move on.
she has spoken
Yeah.
this language for hours. Just no.
Yep.
I don't even read
You're like,
Surin.
you start to recognize what you're saying because you speak
Is
Castilian.
that,
You're like,
is that what that looks like?
Yeah.
That's
It's
weird.
like, is that how you spell that?
you're like,
Oh, that's what the scribbles
What
look
is
like.
what is this circle with a line through and it has a bubble? I don't understand this.
We don't
Oh,
have
that
to-
would be him.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
That
about
would be-
those. With this one, you're like, why did they have a little squiggle above it? What's that about?
What's
It makes it go yeah.
Okay, so the L goes le, but if it's two, it's yeah. What? What the fuck?
Yeah, and if
It's
it's,
a
one
Y.
R, it's but if it's two R's, it's rr.
And if the S is in a certain place, it's a f, not a s.
this is why
Followed by an E.
Yeah.
this is why I never bothered doing this. This is
Yeah.
terrible.
you know all the sounds because you can speak the language, but seeing them on paper.
Now we're gonna break all the fucking rules.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like it makes zero sense.
No, last time I saw this word or this mark, you said it said this.
One more reason they
Real
do
talk though.
nothing.
The first time I saw the word yarmulke written down.
Oh,
yeah.
So beautiful. What a wonderful
Come on,
name.
let's not even get into Hebrew, bro.
Yarmulke.
And I said that. I was like reading something and I was like, that's a weird I was like, and And my fucking sister, of course, had to be there. And she's like, Yonka? And I was like...
Oh, bro, you're going to love this story.
And I was like, oh, is that how you spell? Like, I've never seen it spelled before.
Right.
I've only ever heard people talk about it. I was like, oh, huh. She was like, ugh, God.
Shout out to a dear friend of ours. We got a wedding invitation. And it was his name and her name. And I you know me with names. I met her once at the Ren Fair. So fucking help me if I even knew. I was like, yeah, obviously it's... You know, they identify as a woman and they're going to get married, and that's great. And so it was like, all right, JC, how would you pronounce this?
This is an amalgamation of letters.
Yeah, and JC's like, I don't know, let me look it up. And she goes, here's a hint. It's Irish. And I was like, well, then I'm out. I got it.
I got nothing.
I have a decent grasp on...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because
Irish pronunciations.
those spellings are... It is something.
It's one of
else.
those languages where, like, once you know the basic rules, it all starts to make sense. But, like, even then, sometimes.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah, until you're like, wait. Because, yeah, there's a lot of, like, well, if this part of the word, it sounds like this. But if it's this part of the word.
It's a whole
It
new
doesn't.
bitch.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
mean,
And we take 3 letters just to say E.
Of course, like the French. We already have an E. Like that's the thing. That's our I.
But what
It's
about
E.
second E?
Exactly. O is the worst. O is the worst. We have the one letter, and we're like, we're gonna
It's going to
have.
do a lot of work.
We're gonna have 7 different combo to do the same work as that one letter, right? You want AU, you want EAU, you want EAUX. All O. All of those are O.
Oh.
We have a one letter to do that.
I mean, at least it's not tonal.
Yeah.
No.
O. O in the French language is basically American Northeast dock worker that's like complaining about everybody stealing his job. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like my job is going away because there's all these other fuckers doing the same thing. And they're getting
Coming over
paid
here
more,
with their extra letters,
Yeah.
so they deserve more money.
stealing my job. Like,
So yeah, no, it's Veronica was supposed to run the books, but and then she got kidnapped by a demon angel, and then I
Andre's the
spent,
second eyebrow just moves to meet the first.
and then I traveled for like 8 years to find her, and then I found Kasha, and I carved him this necklace, and then he gave me this rosary. I still have, look right here, and. And then when we got him out, Rattled was like, "Oh no, now you're in this thing," and I don't know anything about it.
And we got married.
Yes, you were there for that.
It's like
now.
a giant gap in the middle of that.
I just imagine this conversation being like the oh, woe to me.
Yes,
Yep.
You gotta make him think it was his idea.
100%. That's what I tried.
But it's Genia.
So,
Genia's being like subtle.
like, she started that way, but then somewhere along the way, she got lost and was like, "What is that?
Like, oh fuck, our life is crazy.
This is great." But then I ate the demon. It was very fun.
Yeah.
And
You tore the bits.
Like,
Yeah.
I've got this eye that keeps following me everywhere.
In the distance.
It's a paperweight on Palabra's desk.
yeah.
Right.
It's just sitting there looking at you.
Out the window, on the cobblestone steps of the small
the
chapel,
clink.
you hear a marble
Yeah, I hear the plink.
clinking on every step.
Only you now know what the sound of a large wooden marble sounds like.
She stiffens for a second.
The truest magic. Magic
Wasn't he
without any-
supposed to be here?
Yeah. He's this game's Doctor Strange.
He's dead. He hasn't been there
die.
in 20 years.
That's right. He was dead all along.
Right? Well, that can't be. He died
These kids were
20 years
watching
ago.
cartoon. Nobody was entertained.
Oh my god. So yes.
Genia's mental construct.
Where we're at now.
He was hanging out with this Russian guy named Pyotr.
That's right. Just sitting
Had no
together.
pants on.
It's very strange.
You just had a cool
His cardigan.
Yeah. This fucking cardigan, no pants.
Yeah, from what I know, Ratfold has the one that makes the books.
Oh, you mean, Jose Palabra.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
He's all by himself.
Yeah, I think he's kind of swimming in it.
Yeah, that's very sad.
This is like Andres is just watching this. Roll me like a panache roll.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah,
I have 3 dots of panache.
I wonder whether or not he's gonna bite.
Somewhere in the distance, Jimena's like, somebody needs.
I think he's making all that money by himself. I mean,
What
Genya
skills
is
do you have that you
fishing
can apply to this?
I have 4 dots in convince.
Oh,
I mean,
5 dots in empathy.
Go with
Yeah,
convince.
Yeah.
Go with convince.
I have 5 dots in warfare. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Convince.
Fucking assholes! Don't go back.
Sounds like
Like grab him by his shirt. Like,
I don't want to kill you, so fucking stay here and be our friend.
Family now. You're gonna stay with your
Strategically.
told.
Yeah. Genya is fishing with pieces of hot dog and trying to get a bite. He's like, well, you might.
This is a perfect.
You might get a catfish. Like, you might. It's not wrong.
Sitting on an
But,
overturned 3-gallon bucket.
yeah. It's like, I gotta get something. Trying to make one of these into something bigger.
Oh, fishing with a hot dog.
No, noodling would be the warfare check where it's just like, you're going now. It's just manhandling him.
Punch catfish in the mouth.
They're like, we are friends with a person who can murder you at any moment from anywhere and has a cat which will make sure you don't go to hell or heaven.
Andres sort of sees the trajectory you're going with this because the breadcrumbs are like...
They're not crumbs, they're croutons.
Yeah, basically.
Straight up croissants in the trail.
Full-on slices of like...
Just loaves.
peasant bread.
Yeah.
Just like a
Whole
whole
rolls.
slice this thick.
Yep.
hot cross buns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you not like that? That's sweet.
This
no,
is an
okay.
aside, but before we croak, at one point we will go to a cabin together, and I will make you proper lumberjack breakfast with that kind of bread on a fucking wood stove, because that's the way to fucking do it.
That's definitely a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
We should go to Tahoe.
Yeah.
That feels very bougie, but
We
it
are
feels
we
right.
are gonna be in Tahoe for a different reason here shortly.
that's because he won a raffle or something.
Ooh, again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mr. Lucky over here.
If we all put our,
He does
Yeah.
so
If we
much
all pull
fucking
it together,
karmic
Oh,
good.
100%.
It wouldn't be.
wouldn't be that
bad.
expensive or difficult to
No.
rent a cabin for a weekend.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We're adults now, and I
We
need
do
to
it
not.
totally
I need to
plan
stop putting as much adult money as I have into magic
Non-adult
and
things.
resist buying $700 worth of RC car.
I mean, I just.
Oh,
bought-
you still got that
Still-
hanging
it's
there.
like a fucking poster in a bedroom. Just look at it every so often and go.
I just bought my dream fucking instrument like a man in his midlife crisis.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can't really.
Hey,
can't really-
you know, I might be able to help you with the cards at least. We should like have a build decks day or something.
I want to. We should do that. I actually ordered Vincent card sleeves from Final Fantasy, and I was
Okay.
like,
Ooh, nice.
I was like, the deck builds itself. Vampire gunslingers.
Yeah, there you go.
Because New Thunder Junction.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck,
Cowboy vampire.
it's so good.
Shit,
Right.
that's our game.
Right.
And I mean, we can just be there for each other, being like, okay, you can only use the cards that are here. No buy new ones, just these ones.
Oh yeah. Well, I might need new ones because I don't have that many Thunder
well.
Junction. I'm just, I got plenty of vampires, but
I might have some stuff.
could always
you
use
can
some more
up.
vampires. I don't. Anyway, sorry.
So yes, Andres sees the thread coming
Yeah.
again.
The
because
rope.
You're not. Yes.
What's a corn dog doing underneath the ocean? Did you know me? I love little corn dog.
Corn dogs will weasel their way into every game we play.
Yeah,
Fucking corn
it's
dogs.
right there with the arrow.
Corn dogs
and
are fucking
everything else.
fantastic. I ate corn dogs at camp this week, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Mustard cannon.
Yes.
Did you call them pogos and confuse
Yeah.
the kids?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Those are pogos, not corn dogs.
Oh my god, that makes sense.
There you go.
It's written on the stick in Canada.
Ah.
True story.
First
It's
time
a, it's
I
a
heard
Kleenex situation.
I see.
I was very
It was a
confused.
brand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even better.
And
You mean
became-
corn dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it became the whole food. But Andres is not taken aback by what you're bringing, right? Like he sees where you're leading him, but he doesn't seem
Upset by
He
it?
doesn't seem upset by it. He saw at some point like there's like kind of a silence and the like 20th aside that you and Ricardo like get, like basically recounting that story, and it was like, oh yeah, and then we were in Liso and did
It's like we went to Germany and punched ghosts
yeah.
to get the demon out of my sister.
And that's where the god of the earth gave me the power to command it.
Right. That was like a weird Ison
Yeah.
like spirit medium that let you reconnect with your sister.
Yeah, and then I ate the jam. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I made friends with those French
So like
people.
about like at the 20th of those asides, like Andres has taken a seat at this point, like because clearly the story is
It's-
gonna take a minute to get to where it's supposed to go.
the story of our courtship is very strange, Andres.
Yeah. Clearly, right? And then he sort of leans into a seat and looks at both you and Ricardo, and he's like, "Are you offering me a job?"
I would love to have you stay here with us in
San Felipe.
San Felipe.
Way to not answer the questions, Jenya. Very good. Rubbing off
It
on
would
her.
be wonderful. I've already fixed up this whole house. And eventually my family will leave.
That's some heritage.
And
shit.
I will
She
be
learned
here
that from her mom.
all by I will
learned it
be
from her
here.
mom.
They will all go away. Maybe Veronica will stay if is it Emil?
Emil,
Yeah.
yeah.
If Emil decides to stay in San Felipe as well, I would love to watch their children grow.
Emil's not gonna wander off like his brother is.
Yeah, right.
His brother's
He's too busy
his
with his
brother-
dog
brother
walking
is
business.
a pillar of the local
The
painted
local, yeah.
ladies of the night.
He's a major
economy.
donor to the Jenny's Guild.
That's right.
He is.
But yeah, Jenny
Quality
reaches out and like
control.
Yeah.
takes his hands in hers and like, it would be so good to have Kasha's family here.
Yeah, and
Yeah, bring it home.
Ricardo is sort of like gesturing outside, and he's like,
Mention Grandpa.
right in our old neighborhood, right? It's been abandoned.
We don't know how many
Those
years.
big
what's his
sparkling
name
green
has left.
eyes.
It's like our family has
How do
been
you say
split
no to this
for
face?
so long.
Really?
Gabriella can transfer commissions to the Crows. They're a legitimate unit now. Like they're here to defend the city. Like that should be, you know.
I took the last ones underground with thorns.
Oh yeah, like you start
I
to.
made a human wall one time.
And
Well,
then also,
those were yeah.
and then also made a wall that had humans in it, which are different, similar,
That's
but
right. They have
different.
humans trapped in.
They are
it, yeah.
distinct but different.
Yeah, yeah. She
so
looks
yeah,
lovingly at Ricardo like, oh,
there's
such adventures.
You remember my atrocities.
such adventures we've
you
had.
get caught in a bunch of aside. Like Andres, like just keeps being like. Huh.
She's still holding him.
Gabriella is like loving those anecdotes. Like,
No, she gets it.
yeah. Gabriella's sold. Like she's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like that should be easy. Like Andres like takes a moment and then he doesn't move his hands. Like he sort of looks at you and he looks at Ricardo and then he looks back at you. He's like, it has been a long time since our family was actually together. We all had to do separate things to survive. But now I feel we have a family again, and it would be
Glowing.
it would probably be a mistake to split that. Okay, I will write a letter back to Vatican City.
Like, is that a good idea?
Just to let
He
my
already know.
my supervisor know.
That he's up shit creek.
Yeah, I will take my notice, and then perhaps you can introduce me to that gentleman you were talking about earlier.
Mr. Palabra.
If the company is hiring, And,
We're always looking for talented new individuals.
right. How attached are you to your name?
No, in this case, the name stays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The name is a boon.
The name is important. The name is royalty.
nepotism, baby. Let's go.
This company has two types of people: Mendez's and Jose's. Which one are you?
Wait, so but there's a Jose Mendez, yes, and he's not at the company. No, he's the captain of the guard. What? Shh. Don't think.
Yeah.
Just
He's the just keep up.
just
Don't ask.
Yeah, it's fine.
Some people graduate. They move on.
She's just
but they're
so
still part of it.
beaming and happy, and she's just, I've spent so long on my own after both Mama and Papa passed, and then now I have Vernica, and I have Kasha, and I have Gabriella. Now I have you, Andres. My life could not be any better.
And Roberto still lives
100%
up
honest.
the hill, and
Yeah.
the inn is still
Beautiful.
there, and we can go.
Carlos? Was that his name? Carlos? No. Fuck.
You mean
Carlos
Perez?
was the mayor.
Carlos is the governor.
Yeah.
The old man that was friends with Roberto.
Roberto's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another. I feel like
Armando or something.
No, it's
I feel like
I feel like it's another R.
we had that exact.
It's not Diego,
moment.
is it?
Yes,
Diego.
Okay.
Diego.
I
It's
found it
another
then.
R. It's wrong.
It ends in O.
Yes.
Yeah, it ends in O. There's too many.
Nailed it.
There's too many Castilians in this game.
It ends in Ardo.
Who the fuck thought it was gonna be a good idea to set in Castile? All right.
Did Montaigne feel too on the nose?
I would not have wanted to do it in Fadace because
It's
you're just
not.
going to want to destroy all of it.
Yeah, basically, Verdace would have been like burn it to the ground.
That might have been okay.
No,
We're not doing that here.
I mean,
Odiseo
we're just having them come to us and then we're destroying
is
them.
just like a really cool spot.
Cool.
So yeah, you've convinced your family to not leave without revealing the true reasons for you wanting them to stick around.
And I
which is
didn't lie.
no, you didn't, because this shit was also important.
Yeah.
I feel like you somehow must have earned a hero point somewhere.
I'm like, is this a lesson that would make Matushka proud?
Probably because you've protected family.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it's legit.
I'll take it if he'll give it.
Yeah. Take it.
Yeah. Without outright having to tell
It
one
took
of
some
them.
effort. Plus, you found you stumbled upon the genius idea of giving a really competent clerk to help Palabra figure out his business shit.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
also is called Mendez. You just found like the perfect candidate. Just plucked it.
It's pretty choice.
And I believe you'll get to name your own price. None of that government where they
Ricardo's
nickel and
like,
dime you.
yeah. Like, I'm one of the.
It's like, all right, we have to actually
It's like
pay you.
it's like. Well, I don't think you. I can't say you.
Well, Rethel has many times said that Ricardo has money with the company.
Yeah.
No, I know.
So-
But he doesn't get paid. He has ownership. It's like you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
It's not liquid, and so
It's more like Ricardo is like, that's probably right.
You might get
but-
a ship or 5.
on paper, Ricardo's pretty well off. But if he has to go buy some bread, he's got to ask you to
Oh my
For
god,
a few-
it's all stocks.
for a few pesos. Yeah.
You
He
gotta
just-
go.
No, we give him per diems.
just
He's got
ask
some
him
walking
at it.
money. Yeah.
She's got her stashes.
Yeah.
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 If
She
you want to
doesn't
go
need
buy
money.
bread,
Yeah.
you gotta go to the office that is right across from Augustina's house, and then you go see Palabra, and it's like, hey, Palabra, I need the petty cash to go buy some bread, and then
Hey, I
Palabra will
didn't
sigh at you and go to the back room.
I didn't have my own money till I
It's a little
left
dance.
I didn't own anything because I was owned.
Well, Jenny has so much money because she never spends it.
Yeah. That's why you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a neighborhood,
Yeah.
not a house. I'm gonna
No.
buy a whole neighborhood.
He said he
fucking
liked
block.
this place.
Pull the fucking
All of it.
pull the fucking Celine Dion in this business.
I was actually really living there, except like the old man and some. Was that it?
No,
he's up the hill.
yeah, he's up the hill. He's not part of the actual.
He's not the neighborhood. The neighborhood
Yeah.
was mostly like.
So it's
in
not a
disrepair.
Celine Dion
Yeah.
thing. Don't insult Genya with that.
I also
That shit happened. Celine
hilarious.
Dion bought her childhood home, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, that shit has neighbors. I'm just gonna buy the entire fucking street."
So I don't need. So I don't need neighbors.
Because if someone was gonna buy me out of my home, they better give me money.
I better be able to
if
buy
you've got
2
Celine
homes.
Dion money.
Yeah.
This is Quebec. This is rural ass fucking Quebec. You bet.
Because otherwise, I would.
These are not $1 million.
I would have been
homes.
that person, like the curmudgeon that just sits there and is like, "I'm not moving. I grew up in this house. And I'm
I
not
don't care if
going
you married
anywhere."
your manager who groomed you
Yeah,
from
right.
childhood.
Yeah, but what
He
if
was
there
a
was
manager when
3
she
more
was
zeros?
12.
Yep.
What if there were 3 more zeros on that check, though?
Yeah.
If there were, then okay.
You build a
But
spite house.
Yes.
Yeah, because the
yeah.
houses in that area are probably like worth like, I don't know, 30, 40K a piece.
Yeah.
So you can afford to add some zeros and still be comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so happy.
Yeah, so you started the whole thing. Ricardo actually writes a couple instructions like on a piece of parchment to hand to Gabriella about requesting her commission transfer.
Consider this home your welcome gift for you and Gabriella.
There's like a look like Andres is about to say something else, and Ricardo like is writing instructions, and he's like,
Don't do it.
nope. Don't accept that gift.
yes, we built our house. Genya put the rest back in repair. It's good. The neighborhood.
I cannot live in 2 houses.
Or 8 for that matter, however many you
Yeah.
sprouted.
There's about
Yeah.
4 more on the block that I have to push up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the neighborhood is kind of ours. It's a long story again.
She signed it with a picture of a bear.
Yeah. That's right. It's like a bear with an arm like this.
It's taking a nap.
It's just Trogdor with a bear head.
Ah, yeah.
Freezonating the city.
That's right. You have a sleeping bear.
Yeah, but you know, like some of your cousins have already found love and are looking to get married to other locals and are gonna just stay.
In my head, when the few times where Veronica was like trying to be a shit and forge your signature, like the bear looked kind of like a Snorlax.
It probably was just too artistic. It was too well detailed. Like,
It's like a Snorlax bear, like just starfish
Yes.
on the ground.
that has too many arms. There's only 2. Too many. Only 1.
All right.
Yay!
Crisis averted.
I don't have to kill my family. Whee!
Yeah, good stuff. We don't want that.
One piece of trauma dodged.
Yeah.
Only one.
Internet,
Yeah.
you did not witness this, but there was a dab at this table.
From the least likely person.
Yeah. For the person who may have been executing a dab for the very first time.
So great. Okay, yes.
All right. Crisis averted.
Woohoo.
Jimena, your morning of your party, people are starting to disperse. Some people are just rolling back to work, like throwing a bit of water on their face. And it's like, all right, time to
Let's go. Let's do it.
get back to it. The captain is a little somber because there is we need to find a medic because clearly this is needed. Also, we're gonna go help mend our ship because there's a symbolic let's get back into proper business. You get a lot of handshakes and hugs and from a lot of the crew. Magnus gives you like a long hug. His shirt vanished someplace sometime
Just
during the
dissolves.
evening.
any sort of action is required, and it just
Yeah.
rips off of him.
Basically, like Fist of the North Star.
Huzzah.
It's like you don't rip your shirt off, you flex it off. The gesture is very genuine, so you don't necessarily feel the desire to pull away from it. But he's very sweaty. He's whatever he was up to. He's very sweaty
That's just the musk.
and pretty drunk.
That's just the booze.
But you get like a at the end of the hug, like right before he pulls away, you get like a thank you, sister, and
Aww.
he
Ew,
pulls
sister.
back.
Well, I guess. Yeah,
Um,
that's fine.
Ernesto gives you like a very good, proper Catholic handshake, but you see the
Is that like Christian side hug?
Yeah.
the cousin of church on the booth.
Yes.
Nice.
Wait, now we have to record it though.
Beautiful.
But you can see the thankfulness in his look. There's no words, just a good handshake, a nod. The thank you is all there. You do get a hug from the captain before she steps away, and you get thank you for doing this. Thank you for always thinking of our crew, and you know the offer still stands. Whenever you want to take to the seas again, you always have a place among us. Always, always. But you'll have it regardless of where you land. So they'll be waiting for you. I think we kicked the hornet's nest now, so we'll be looking forward to fighting by your side when it's finally time.
Thank you.
Gives you a pat on the shoulder, and then the whole crew leaves, leaving your group of house staff to clean up the house, the mess of everything. There's like a suit of Castilian armor that is basically like everywhere. One of your house staff like picks it up, and then one of the pieces slips, and you hear the maid say like, "Oh, this is wet," like, and then the two things click in your head, and you're like, "Oh, Magnus was probably wearing this thing at some point."
He's a damp lad.
Jimena goes to a creaky stair, lifts it up, pulls a bag out, closes it, and then like just goes to every staff member, like apologizes and gives them a gold coin. You're like, I'm.
Yeah,
Is that a
Like,
sausage?
There were feelings that were
Treat?
had, that were
Oh,
right.
expressed.
I didn't say anything. What are you talking
That side eye.
oh, come here, baby.
She's like,
Come on.
about? No, she's good.
she's like, "Hey, Tony,
They're all
Yeah.
looking at me.
Yeah.
Something gonna happen?
Yeah.
how do you like my boudoir pose, Tony?"
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, the same
Axe
pose.
first.
Right?
I mean, you know, gotta have it. You gotta have your poses pre-planned.
Come on, Tony,
Like
paint
a
me on the
cosplay.
side of your plane.
I can
On the side of
Yeah.
your
I
warship.
love a game
Yeah.
of garden game of fatal error.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Holy
fuck you too. How
fuck.
about that?
Shit.
What happened?
I was playing this little like cute little garden game, and then you got a fatal error randomly. I was like, okay,
No, your
No more
plants
game
are
for you?
dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
No more gardening.
I'm worse at it like in this setting, I guess.
Saul and Gemma, who are your head of staff, your butler and head maid, basically, seem very understanding.
Oh.
At this point, you and the house
Yeah,
staff are
that's
pretty
all.
much in lockstep. Like, they were basically accomplices to murder. Like, the first week you had this house.
I'm not really tested
At
the
that
loyalty
point,
right from the
they're
start.
your ride or die.
Now I know you're all my employees and kind of my slaves right now, but how
I
about
pay them.
we eat the rich and you get paid real fucking well? And they're
Like,
like,
literally.
and they're like, tight. And you're like, tight.
Yeah, you have a
Yes.
pretty robust house staff, but they're firmly, in your head. The gold coins.
Absolutely, absolutely. You
Yeah.
pay them living wages, etc. But like I'm sure they weren't under that impression.
When
or
I
they,
took
they,
the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had different expectations.
Saul is like, don't worry about the things, Senora. We have it here. We will make sure the house is in top shape.
Did you find something?
If you need to use it again, I hope you do.
My hand's over here.
This is your property for a reason. This is a reason for being here.
No, aren't you sweet? Here's an extra. And as soon as everyone has left, Jimena's like, okay, time to like bury my feelings inside of myself. Let's go. Like, time to keep myself occupied.
Like a proper Castilian lady.
Proper
Yeah.
Castilian. Let's go do my repression exercises.
Yep.
Woohoo!
So I can,
Time to distract myself with something else.
Need to find another project. Oh wait, you've got Heinrich.
yeah.
There are
In
all
my
kinds of
head,
things.
Got all kinds of things going on.
like to go to your lab, like you have like a fucking secret like library door with the pole like in the 60s Batman.
I was
TV
about to say I've got
series.
like a fucking Batman pole, like a secret elevator.
Nice.
Go to your secret lab.
It's the chair from the Casper movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. See?
Without all the
Yeah.
I was about to say no, it has an entirely different regime, but yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, because your house stuff is good. Like, they're going to clean the shit up.
Yep.
But yeah, you can totally make that happen in this house. It's just like, it's not needed. A staircase would be fine. But also, I own a manor at this point. I'm not a pleb. So
right. You have to have at least one secret bookcase. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, wow, what kind of peasant house do you have?
There's like a sconce that you pull.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bookcase that does the like push back and slide.
Yep.
Or the fireplace that turns around.
Oh, yeah. The turning fireplace. That opens sideways, and then there's an identical fireplace as it pivots on the other side. And fucking real mystery.
Or not. That it's like, wait, the fireplace. What?
Didn't this look different a minute ago?
Yeah.
It had different molding. What the fuck do you mean it had different molding? You're crazy.
The fucking house is gaslighting you.
Yep. Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
You just wake up and the room looks completely different. You're like, what the fuck?
What bullshit are you on, house? House, go home, you're drunk.
A movie house.
House go.
Alright.
Fuck you, house.
Meanwhile, you're practicing with your coven being witches.
Yeah, we're doing witchy things.
Your
In the
link
back room.
is much better this time around. Because the other witches, including Lavinia, are much more familiar with the concept at this point, much more in tune with each other, like they've been practicing. So the linking feels a lot easier this time. Now, you link with everybody and you're like, hold my beer, I'm gonna try something,
Watch me.
right?
To be
Oh,
honest, like I'm not sure I would go all the way to that.
Right, you're just putting some feelers out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm introducing the concept.
Yeah. If you don't go as all out,
She go pee. Literally,
you
leave her alone.
can reach the consciousness and get like a little bit of surface thoughts.
Okay.
In a sense, it's almost like when you're doing your reading, but through the city's eyes. You actually see Rethold on the docks.
Ooh, does it help to anchor the people I know?
You see Rethold on the docks, right? And you can tell that everybody in the link can also see that image.
Rude.
You see, that's right, the ultimate creeper tool. You see
Better hope I don't have to go
giving a hug to her sister-in-law in a house that you know is in that neighborhood. You see Jimena giving a handshake to the captain of La Belle and Blanche in her manner.
Gotta steal this chair. Okay.
Your senses cast to a darkened alleyway between two warehouses. You expect to see someone there, but no one is around.
Oh, that's easy. Okay.
The rest of the witches are like, oh, I think we have a 90%
Yeah.
efficacy rate. It's like, no, it's 100.
We had a bum channel switch in the middle of this. Like
No,
nothing,
this is just as
nothing
planned.
was on that channel. How creepy would it be, like, if you looked and then suddenly, like, there's a cat face that comes in the frame,
No, it's like
just looking at you.
Yeah.
Yep, just looking at you, like sniffing
I
the
just like very
camera,
quickly be like, next.
sniffing the camera.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that channel. Click.
And just move on, right? So it sort of cycles around, and you see that, like, basically through the city's perspective. There's a sense of preparation. You also see some other images. You actually see Usha and Sebastian, like, rushing through a corridor, preparing.
The brisk
Something-
walk
yeah.
that says you need to get shit done right now, but
Yeah,
but
they're
you're not
preparing-
quite running.
something momentous. You see Madame Salvadora sitting by a bed. There's a recovering Luna Maria in that bed,
God, they're still knocked out.
looking much better.
I mean,
But
they were like
Super fucked.
yeah,
And I did as much as I could to mend, but
yep.
It's alright, they'll be ready to kill.
You see a room full of maps, and there's like a actual like war table. You see Governor Perez leaning over that table, Landreville on the other side. At the very edge of that table is Captain Jose and his second in command, also watching.
Poor boy's gonna have gray hair so soon.
On the fourth side of the table is General Cardoso and his second in command, Beata, also watching. So there's almost like four pillars, right? Looking over there. You see people you're not immediately familiar with, but that you've encountered through Rethold. The representative of the guild talking with a very tall woman that you recognize as one of Rethold's relatives as the guild is mobilizing. There's a lot of running around and comings and goings. You see
shenanigans and goings on.
you see Inquisitor Muzabi in
Regular
front of a room full of people wearing black inquisitorial robes and weaponry. Basically getting ready for action. They're gearing up for militant action. Elohim is there with him. Basically more or less preparing the troops. And then it focuses on a camp of warriors from Ifri. All women in ceremonial gear, large spears, and among them the tallest is being draped in some kind of ceremonial garment, as they are also preparing for action. So you get your senses sort of cast out, and it seems to focus on people that you have a connection to. Since you're only looking for surface, like, you see other pockets of preparation happening, but then your senses sort of naturally like drift away as if you're pulling away from those images,
I
and
mean,
you
I'm
return
definitely
to
not
reality.
trying to push things at this point. I'm just trying to confirm a theory, which seems to have worked, though I would want to ask the others how that looked or felt to them.
Mm-hmm. You get varying responses. Lavinia's very... It's like, it was interesting. I've never seen the powers manifested this way. The youngest of the sisters seems a little freaked out by it, by how crisp and precise everything was.
4K.
Yeah, because this is not fate. Like, you're looking at things as they're happening. Like, these are not impressions or portends or, visions, right? This is real shit that is happening right now live. Like, you tapped into city cameras, basically. Bernadetta is all about it.
Nice.
She loves it. You get a sense that you might have to dose it with her because she'll get addicted to this.
Oh shit. Jeez, you're old, lady. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
getting
why
a new
I don't
television.
give a shit. Here to enjoy this.
It's like Sister Monica Jones.
As you go about and mill your day, a letter actually arises at not Zhenia's house, but at the old house.
At the safe house.
Right, yeah.
Augustina's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it has the Grande seal on it.
Ooh.
I don't know if
avocado
anybody
setting
is
shit.
still at the house at this point.
Basically, I'm having my session
At the shop.
at the
Yeah,
shop. in the
Leandro will
back
have gone with you. So basically,
Probably Marcus.
yeah, Emile is there with Veronica. Marcus is there. So Marcus and Emile will be getting this letter, which reads, the Grande Usha Seraphine requests
Goodness.
your presence immediately for an urgent matter. And Emile looks at Marcus and say, well, I guess we gotta gather the troops. And this is, we're gonna leave it to that and get to this secret gathering next time.
Now, are any of them clever enough to tell the shadow to get us all together? Because that would be
Probably.
much faster.
Marcus will hate it. Emile probably is fine with it. If not, Veronica will be the brain of this group
Huzzah.
and be like, why just...
The crazy
Guys.
shadow person.
Eye roll, boys.
Yeah, right? You fucking dumb guys.
Haven't you noticed?
Marcus would probably be like, it's not so much dumbness, I just hate it. I just hate that that's a thing.
Yeah.
How do you hang out with my sister if you don't like that?
If you didn't like sorcery, you joined the wrong team.
Well, he's not big on like Heisen Vorkers because they're admittedly
I don't think he even knows what I do, really.
they literally gain powers by like it's like onions that they make from
Dead thing.
like horrors and beasts and so they fucking like slather themselves with essence and eat eyes and stuff. Like they're not
It's pretty metal.
yeah.
All right. Say goodnight, Internet.
Good night, Internet.